a 2-4-6 body weight power cardio and a Physioball core burnout workout coming your way. So today's workout has three groups of 3 exercises in a format of 20, 40, and then 60 on, and 10 seconds rest between those exercises. We're gonna do each of those 3 exercises 3 times. For the main part of the workout, that body weight power, we're focusing on fast movements in proper body position, bringing that heart rate up. And then we're going to do those 3 groups of exercises and finish with a Physioball core burnout, 50 on, 10 off, 2 times through. And then we got a nice stretch coming your way. In 7 seconds, we're gonna hear that tone. That tone tells us we're starting into our warm-up with a walk in place, pumping opposite arm, opposite leg. We want that posture to be nice and tall. So we roll the shoulders down and back. We have a nice, tall, proud chest. We're pumping opposite arm, opposite leg. A gentle pull in on our belly button supports our spine. We tuck that chin, pull that head back so we're tall and long. As we walk, our toes are pointed straight ahead and our knees are going in line with those toes and hips. Beautiful. We want to take that nice deep breath in. Exhale. Get our mind mentally worked out that this workout is for you where your body needs today. 3 seconds, we're going to bring it up to a jog in place. Onto those toes. Now, as always, I provide low impact modifications. So we're not jumping today. We're going to a high knee march. Pumping again, opposite arm, opposite leg. The faster we move, the more you're gonna recognize that that belly button's gonna gently pull in on its own. Now we wanna pump those arms throughout this workout so that we're moving more muscles, which requires more oxygen, which requires our heart to work harder and thus burn more calories. So focusing on that core or that cardio, working those hearts and lungs and getting the most out of the rest of our body that we can. 4 seconds, we're gonna go to X-Jacks. That's as if our feet are in the middle of an X. We're gonna tap those toes to opposite corners of the X. So our feet kind of go on a diagonal. Now I pump my arms as I do this. My toes stay pointed straight ahead. If I'm not jumping, I start in the middle and I'm tapping to opposite corners, squeezing my bum as I do so. You can get a great workout without ever leaving the ground if you really focus in on proper form, solid body movement. We have nice soft knees and we shouldn't have any pain. In 10 seconds, we're gonna go to a dynamic hamstring stretch with a carry-away arm. 2 seconds. 1 foot is flat on the floor, slight bend in that knee. The other toe is tapping down. We're gonna take a hand, opposite hand to foot. We're gonna reach across the body towards those toes. The knee, shin, or toes. Stand up. We bring that arm up and across, palm facing that ceiling. Nice and controlled down. Now, as we go down, we're keeping a neutral spine, almost sticking those hips out. So you should feel a nice stretch through the outside back of that thigh as we open up towards the ceiling with that hand, like we're pulling a sword from our sheath. We open that palm up. We want to keep the shoulder down and back, and you're going to feel a nice stretch through the outside of that armpit. It's actually your shoulder blade rotating. You're getting a nice stretch on those big back muscles, the lats. 3 seconds, we're going to switch sides. Beautiful. To stand back up, we're squeezing the bum. So we're getting a dynamic stretch on our hamstring muscle, specifically our outermost hamstring, which really ties into our SI joint and can lead to a lot of foot, ankle, knee, and hip patterns, as well as low back pain. None of which we want, right? So focus on that good stretch. We also want to focus on that push forward on those hips. This engages our glutes and gets our glutes working, talking, firing, which we want to do, have the glutes working over those hamstrings. So we're alternating here back and forth between some dynamic stretches and bringing that heart rate up. In 8 seconds, we're going to go to a walk down with a shoulder tap to bring that heart rate up, get our chest nice and warm. So we stand with those feet hip width apart. We're going to bend at the knees, walk those hands down into a plank. We're going to tap opposite arm, opposite shoulder, walk those feet back in. We can reach up onto those toes towards the ceiling, get a little bit of dynamic punch in there, bring that heart rate up a little bit higher. You can even add a light jump if you would like to, as this is not a hugely intense cardio movement. Now, if we have any low back pain, feel free to use those hands to walk out onto a bench into that supported or inclined plank. Walk in and again, reach up. The further down you go into that plank, the harder it's going to be on the core. Next stretch, our feet are wide. We're going to go to a squat with a lunge side to side. Up and squeeze. So we squat down with the feet wide, toes straight ahead. As we lean over, we're stacking toes, knees, hips over to the other side. You're going to feel a nice stretch through the inside of the thigh on that straight leg. These are our adductor muscles that pull our knees in towards each other as we get into dynamic movements. We want to calm those muscles down, get them into a healthier length so we're not pulling in quite as much. We can use our hips and glutes a little better. This is our second to last dynamic stretch here. Opening those hips up, getting ready for that workout. In 8 seconds, we're going to go to a squat with a calf stretch. Nice and open. Ooh, that feels so good. All right, squatting down here, toes, knees, hips, straight line. Toes are straight ahead. We squat, then we're going to step forward and we're going to push our back heel through the floor so we get a nice stretch through the back of our calf muscles. So nice drive back through that heel, back to that squat. Now you can do these against a wall. Step forward. If you use that wall, that's really going to help give you some force to push that heel down and back into that floor, getting a nice big stretch through the back of that calf down towards the heel. We want to make sure that as we do this, we're not getting rounded. We want to stay up nice and tall, squeezing that bum as we stretch the back of that calf. Last dynamic stretch here, 7 seconds. We're going to go to 3 mountain climbers with a pause or a hold. So down on the floor in a full plank position, hands over the shoulders. We're going to bring one knee up towards those hands. We go 1, 2, 3, catch and hold in that pause. 1, 2, 3. Notice that we're switching which side we catch and hold on. We want that back not moving a lot. We shouldn't be oscillating up and down. We can use an incline here. 1, 2, 3. We shouldn't have any low back pain. At any point, you can simply march. And as we want to control that extension, we're squeezing the bum, gentle pull in. Again, you can even use a wall here to march. The faster we go, the more engagement we're going to get through that core. Last warm-up exercise here. We're going to stand on one foot. We're going to go to a skater. Step, lunge, hop, or jump towards the other leg. Then that inside leg goes down and back into a lunge. So step, hop, jump, down and back into that lunge. Feet are hip width apart. Depth of the lunge is all going to depend on our mobility, where we are on our journey. It should be pain-free. As we go over to that opposite leg, the farther we go, the harder it is. We can step, stabilize, and then go into that lunge. 5 seconds, and we're going to go into an exercise explanation as we get ready to hit that workout. So keep the feet moving, get a quick drink. Our next 3 exercises, 20, 40, 60. 20 on, power baby. We're going to a lunge jump or a long jump. So feet hip width apart, we're going to swing the arms and we're going to jump or hop as far as we can, catching in that nice squat position. 5 seconds, we're going to go there. Then we're going to have a 10-second break. All right, here we go. Feet hip width apart, knees hip width apart. We swing And we land nice and soft, bending those knees, catching with the knees apart. The farther we jump, the harder it's going to be. Depending on your space, you only go as far as you can. If we're not jumping, we can simply step and try to keep those knees hip width apart. 40-second exercise. 3 mountain climbers pause, just like warm up. In 2, we're long and tall. We go 1, 2, 3, catch and squeeze. We're trying not to bounce in that catch and squeeze. This is done by squeezing the bum and a gentle pull in on that belly button. This is teaching our core to support powerful movements that change directions quickly. So catching that back in a neutral position and fast movements. Punching the hands through the floor. Shoulders are burning. We're down to 7 seconds. Big catch and squeeze. Breathing. And the farther down you go, the harder it's going to be. All right, last exercise. We're going to do 2 jumping jacks. 1, 2, step forward, jab, cross, punch. This is the only kickboxing style movement we have in this workout. So bear with me and give it a good punch. Get that power through that chest. If we're not jumping, we're simply stepping out to the side, squeezing. We can still give it all we've got in that punch. The heart rate is starting to climb, yeah? I'm starting to breathe heavier. My punches are strong and powerful with my wrists nice and stiff. My thumbs are outside of my fists, and I'm trying to alternate which leg I step forward with first for that jab cross. This 60 seconds is gonna add up. Shoulders and arms are working. We're down to 8 seconds. As we punch, we want to stay tall and long through the crown of that head. We don't want to round forward. Shake it out and breathe. That's round 1. 2 more times, starting with that long jump or that long step and stabilize. Most important, as we go down into that jump, toes, knees, hips, nice straight line, quiet landing. So we've got soft knees, only jumping as far as we can to stabilize good alignment. 2 seconds. Beautiful work. Shake out the arms. 3 mountain climbers, pause. I know the shoulders are talking on this one. Are you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Big squeeze and hold for that pause. We're not bouncing up and down. We're stabilizing. The shoulders stay over those hands. I know it's hard to do, but if you're leaning back, your hips are going up. We also want to tuck the chin, pull it back. We're nice and tall and long. We're over halfway. Important to breathe in this position because I know it's hard to do. Yes. Shoulders over those hands. You got 5 more seconds. They're burning. They're talking. You can talk right back. Yes, I can. Yes, we will. 2 jumping jacks. Jab, cross, in 1, out, step forward and punch. Quick punches. These quick punches are how we produce power through our chest. The jumping jacks are really just to give them a break and keep our heart rate up. And it makes it more sustainable for that 60 seconds. As we go overhead, I don't want floppy arms. You're stiff and strong with a slight bend in those elbows. Shoulders away from those ears. Remember, you can tap and you can alternate, right? 1 non-jumping jack and then 1 jumping jack. Try to remember which leg you step forward with first. Down to 7 seconds, guys. Already getting ready to finish round number 2. Quick drink. We're back to the start. This is a heavy group. We're going with those long jumps. My goal was to bring our heart rate up high fast. That's exactly what we're doing. Long jumps. Only going as far as we can with no pain. Nice, quiet landing. Good form, lining up. Toes, knees, hips. 3 seconds. Don't forget that modification of stepping. Shake it out. Oh, my shoulders are not wanting this 3 mountain climber pause today, but we're gonna push through. We're gonna drive that floor away, and we're gonna run, climb, and work towards our goals, whatever they may be. Better health, better strength. Here we go, guys. Already looking at that halfway mark, squeezing the glutes to catch. We don't have to come back to these. 1, 2, 3. And remember, you can march. You can use that incline. Whatever you need to do to get to that last tone, because we're down to 6 seconds. Stay strong. Yes. Beautiful work. One last round of those jumping jacks. Jab cross. Shake out the arms. Get ready. Out and in. And then punching. We're gonna punch through those barriers. Whatever's holding you back, you've already made it into your workout. That means that that first step, that hurdle of getting started is over. So we're not gonna stop now. We're gonna keep working all the way through, getting through what we can today, what feels best for our body on your journey. Over halfway. Give me those strong punches. Stay long and tall through the crown of that head. Feel strong through those knees and those shoulders. Down to 10 seconds. Soft knees, big punches, rotating through those legs, up through that core. 30-second breather. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Our first exercise of our second group is a burpee plyo push-up. Oh, baby. So, hands down to the floor. We're going to pop our feet out. We're going to go down into a push-up and push the floor away. Land soft with those knees or those arms, catching, and then bringing those feet in. If we don't have a full push-up, we're using that incline. We step the feet back. We can do a push-up and then a shoulder tap. All right? In and up. Whatever this looks like for you, it is not about having any pain in the low back, in the arms, in the shoulders. 2 seconds. What that burpee does is it breaks up that push-up, all right? Skater to lunge, just like warm-up. Step, hop, jump towards that inside leg. Balance. Down and back into that lunge. Come with me. Here we go. If you need to, you can tap those toes down before going into that lunge. But what we want to teach here is power stability through those hips. We're teaching our hips to catch and engage. Good ankle, knee, and hip position and alignment. We want to lead with that knee and hip, catching that balance. You might notice that it gets easier to catch and balance with time. Final exercise of group number 2. We've got those extracts. Just like warm-ups, come with me. Tapping those toes to those opposite corners of the X's. If we're not jumping, we're tapping. And you can switch which way you tap first each time. Every time you tap, you're squeezing the glutes. If you're jumping, our toes stay straight ahead. When they pop back to the middle, they're hip width apart. We have soft knees. Either way, we're pumping the arms. Gentle pull in, and we stay up tall and long through the crown of that head. I don't want you here. Right? We want a proud posture, chest up tall. We get more out of our workouts when we focus on form, and it transfers into our day-to-day posture. Guess what? 10 seconds. pumping and working. The legs are starting to burn. The heart rate is high. Beautiful work. Shake it out. I know, we're back to the top. You know what that means? Burpee with a plyo push-up. Oh, baby. Here we go. Hands down, feet back. Big push. Nice soft landing. And then we're jumping. The way I like to think about it is the higher I jump, the longer break I get. It's a fast rebound and it's a soft catch. If you need to, you do that push-up, shoulder, hand, elbow tap. Oh, big deep breath. Those are brutal. Skater, lunge, catching in that balance position. Here we go. Step, hop, or jump. The farther you jump or step, the harder it's going to be to stabilize the ankle, stabilize the knee and hip. We don't want ankle injuries here. Ankle or knee. It's all about stability, feeling those hips catch in that balanced position. If you need to, you tap down, go down into that lunge, tap again, step, hop, or jump. 6 seconds. And this is already our second group, second round. We're digging deep. Longest one of that second group, those X jacks. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Here we go. Tapping those corners. Now, 60 seconds is long. It's one of my longest time work intervals, right? So we got to pace ourselves. Now, I know you can't see a timer. That's why I like to give you some warnings. This is about pace. We're going steady here. Soft knees. We're pumping. We're working. All right, guess what? Pick up the pace. We're over halfway through. All right? We're going to push to that tone together. All right? Guess what? Down to 20. Pick it up again. Pushing that pace. Don't get complacent here. Whatever that looks like for you. Proper form, proper posture, 10 seconds. You can do anything here. Push that pace. We've got soft knees. We're pumping those arms just as quick. We're skyrocketing that heart rate. And shake it out. One last time through. Yes, we can. 4 seconds. Burpee, plyo, push-ups. Let's hit it. Hands down, feet back. Whatever that plyo push-up looks like for you, whether it's a hand tap, whether it's a shoulder tap. When we step those feet in, our toes, knees, and hips are in a straight line. And we can come up to those toes if we need. 2 seconds. Oh, those are challenging. With or without the full push-up, on the knees, whatever you've got. Skater lunge. Here we go. Skater, down and back for that lunge. As we go into that lunge, you should feel all 5 toes of that back foot pushing through the floor. We slow it down, catching that balanced position. And notice, I'm not perfect. I don't cut it out just because I didn't catch perfectly. You know, we're all in this together. We're all in different places. Some days, you're perfect. It's your best day ever. Some days, you feel tired. 2 seconds. That's all right. Embrace your body, what it's giving you right now. Be grateful. X jacks in 3. Here we go. For the finish on group number 2. Group number 3, the intensity comes down just a little bit. So if you've made it this far, yes, you can. Yes, you will. All right. You've already done over 20 minutes of work. We're going to dig deep. Show me what you got left. And guess what? We're complacent right now. Pick it up. That's the halfway mark. We're pumping soft knees. Whether we're tapping, right? Squeezing that bum, pumping those arms. Down to 15 seconds. Take up that pace again. Let's go. We're gonna do that big final push right here. Go. Big push to the finish. Under 5 seconds. Give it all you've got. You've earned a water break. Give yourself 30. Drink, move around, shake it out. Final group of exercises. We have a fast feet up down on our call, okay? So on those toes, we have soft knees, chest stays tall. We're gonna be fast feet here. When I say up, you jump it up and then go right back into that fast feet. When I go down, hands down, feet back. All right? In 3, come with me on those toes. We're teaching or practicing power through our toes. Even if we're not jumping today, I want you on the toes, marching, stepping fast, down, hands down, feet back. Hit it that. Ready? Up. Catch and go. Up. Yes. Beautiful work. I know the calves burn. Shake it out. Next one, no jumping at all. We have an alternating lateral lunge pop. Stepping out to the side into a lateral lunge. That leg pushes through the floor, and then we lift that heel towards the ceiling for that pop. All right? Here we go. Out to the side, toes, knees, hips. Big squeeze on those glutes. I want you to push that floor away as hard as you can. And then you lift that hip, those heels up towards the ceiling so you feel that working right through the side of that butt. Power through a single leg, 10 seconds. Big squeeze on that hip, 5, push it away. It's like you're jumping on one leg here. We finish with a 60-second walk down shoulder tap. So we bend those knees, walk the hands out, tapping each shoulder in that plank position, walking back in. You can jump, all right? Or you can simply come up to those toes. Remember what I said? The higher you jump, if you are able to, without any pain, without any form breaks, the longer break you get. As we tap those shoulders, our hips should stay as square as possible. We don't want to rock side to side too much. We also want to practice tapping with a different arm first each time. Over halfway. These aren't a crazy high intensity movement, right? Feel free to use that incline. This could be a set of stairs. It could be a bench. It could be a couch. We walk out. We walk back in towards those heels and you come up to those toes. Whatever it needs to be, and on a wall, we can walk out, tap, walk back in, up to those toes. Round 1 done. 2 to go to finish this high intensity, and then we hit that Physioball burnout. Fast feet up, down, let's go. On the toes, pumping the arms. Down, hands down, feet out. On those toes again. Down. Fast. Go, down. And up. Like a burpee. Fast feet on the toes. Go, 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 go. 3 seconds. How fast can you go all the way to those finish lines? Yes. I know it kind of burns through the calves. The more we work on that power. All right. Alternating lateral lunge pop. There's a high correlation between power and longevity. Falling is a big cause of loss of longevity and independence. By practicing power, which is something we lose, the ability to move quickly, all right, to move more weight quickly, we lose as we get older. That includes things like a quick step to catch ourselves before we fall. Fast feet practices that fast catching movement, all right? And this helps keep those hips nice and strong. 2 seconds. Shake it out. Beautiful work. Walk down, shoulder tap in 5. Not a huge intensity here. Here we go. Walk it out. Full plank. We push back through those toes. That's how we keep that body nice and square. I don't want to see you shifting too much side to side. All right? We push back through the toes. We squeeze the bum. Gentle pull in on that belly button. Helps us stay nice and stable. If you want to get a little hop in, but you're not jumping, You can go ahead and do something like 2 jumping jacks here. Back down, over halfway. I can tell you, my body today is feeling a lot of work, but I'm gonna embrace that burn. I'm gonna give it what I've got today, which might look very different from what I did yesterday, but that's all right. I'm grateful for my body. 5 seconds for letting me get my workout in. Beautiful work. Guess what? One last round. Fast feet up, down. Here we go. On those toes, pumping. Our chest stays up tall. We don't want to get rounded here. Keep it tall. Pumping fast. We go up, catch, fast. Up. Nice and soft knees. Pumping those arms. Here we go. 3 seconds down. And then finish. Breathing. That's pretty much your highest intensity right there. Alternating lateral lunge pop. Here we go. Stepping it out to the side. This is a place where I see a lot of people go this way, dipping their chest down. Try to keep the chest parallel with that shin. Belly button in. Squeezing that bum. It's not about height. I don't want those hips opening up. So we're not pointing the toes towards the ceiling. It's all coming from what I love to call the side butt. All right? This is that glute medius working as we squeeze up. We also don't want to get any kind of weird core thing there. 3 seconds. Beautiful. One last round of those walk down shoulder taps. I tell you what, I thought these were going to be the easiest ones. I was wrong. Here we go. Walking down. I thought it was going to be pretty low intensity, but despite that, I feel the challenge. All right? Feeling that core work. Remember, you can even alternate a jump and then an up on the toes. All right? But whatever you've got, stay focused on your form, pushing back through those toes as you tap elbow, shoulder, or even wrist. Elbow and wrist are going to be a little bit easier as we shift. 20 seconds, guys, on the home stretch. After this, we have that core burnout with that Physioball. You are almost there. 10. Keep walking, working, earning. Every second counts. 30-second breather. We're going to grab that Physioball. It should be weighted for your size and height. Our first exercise is a Physioball quadruped hold. So we're going to go on those elbows, and then we're going to lift the knees by pushing back through those toes. We want to keep a nice neutral spine here and a gentle pull in on that belly button. If you have a small ball, it can go to that low back. 2 seconds, come with me. So, over that ball, pushing back through those toes to lift the knees. Gentle pull in on the belly button. It's easy here to come here. I want you to punch the elbows through. Stay tall and long through the belly button. If we don't have a Physioball, you can go just like this. Neutral spine. And then I want you to put that small ball in the low back, and you can march the hands. Belly button in is the focus here. Gentle pull in on the belly button away from our waistband. If you want to take it up a notch, you can tap a knee to that Physioball, trying to keep everything nice and neutral as we push back through those toes. If we feel like we need a break, you can tap down, push back, and take those little breaks. All right? Next, we're going to go to a Physioball glute bridge. We're sitting up on that ball, walking those feet out. All right, till the head and shoulders are supported, toes, knees, hips, straight line. We're going to lift those hips up towards the ceiling. Big squeeze on the bum, and then a nice slow controlled release back down. Belly button pulls in to support the spine. It also prevents us from arching that back. When you pull that belly button in, it keeps you in a nice neutral position. And it's a big squeeze on those cheeks. Yes, you can smile as well. because the heavy cardio is done as we focus and hone in on that core. You're going to feel this in the bum, but you may also feel this in the front of those thighs as we push those hips up towards the ceiling. Since we worked so hard today. 4 seconds. Beautiful work. All right. We're going to support the low back on that Physioball. We're going to bring those hands to the back of our head. We're going to extend our hips, squeezing our glutes. This is a Physioball Crunch. All we're going to do is squeeze our shoulders and our ribs towards those hips. All right. The head is in a relaxed position. We're not tucking or pulling that way. The bum stays tight the entire time. You can also cross the hands across that chest. But what I don't want is getting that hip flexor action in here and coming all the way up. This is meant to really focus on our abs while keeping a neutral pelvis position. 10 seconds. Big up and squeeze. Exhaling. Pulling that belly button towards that spine. Oh, you feel those glutes talking. From that glute bridge to that crunch. Whoo, baby. Physioball quadruped hold in 2. This is going to feel good, but at this point, our core is starting to talk. So a neutral spine here. We want to have a small arch in our low back. What I don't want to see is that crunch position here where we get that neutral spine. All right. I also want you pushing back through those toes to lift those knees. Belly button gently pulled in. This shouldn't be painful on the knees or through those quads. You should be feeling it in the glutes. Remember your modifications. You can come down off the ball and do that march or even a bird dog, whatever feels good and where you're at on your journey. All right, you want to take it up a notch? You're on that Physioball and you can tap those knees, but you are under 10 seconds. Neutral spine, punching the shoulders through that ball and stabilizing. It's not easy to do. Up on that ball for that Physioball glute bridge. Breathing, walking those feet out, head and shoulders supported. The hips are what's primarily moving here, right? Down and up. The head is supported. We can relax it back. Big squeeze on the bum. If you have a set of dumbbells or a single dumbbell, you can place it on those hips to take it up a notch. Otherwise, we're focusing on good quality movement and alignment. Squeezing the bum. When I do strength workouts, yes, I do these with heavy weights on my hips, but right now, even just body weight only, I'm really feeling my hips talk. You did a lot of work today, 3 seconds. So be kind to your body. Ball more towards that lower mid back, all right? Glutes are extended so the bum stays in. Head supported, we're going to that Physioball Crunch. Exhale as we pull that belly button down away from that waistband, feeling those ribs crunch towards our hips. This is really focusing in on our primary ab muscles, those rectus abdominis. So when we do core, we cannot spot reduce fat. Doing more crunches will not reduce belly fat. What this does is it strengthens our abdominal muscles to help improve pelvic alignment and position. 10 seconds. Having good pelvic alignment and position reduces low back and hip pain, knee pain, even shoulder pain. So focus on good quality core movements rather than trying to burn some belly fat. Quick drink and we're breathing. The hard work is over. We get to cool down and stretch. All right, big deep breath in here, in through the nose. Exhale. Opening that chest, circling those arms. One more big deep breath. Exhale. Circling and opening. Our first stretch is going to be for those inner thighs because they get so tight and angry. So stepping one foot slightly forward with our feet wide, my heel is in line with my opposite foot's toes. I lean into that leg and I squeeze my bum. For those of you that have been with me for a while, you know at this point, either what stretches feel good for your body, go ahead and do them. If you're new, I always stretch very similar musculature because it has the propensity to get tight. Tight muscles lead to patterns. Patterns that are poor movement patterns lead to pain and injury. The muscles that I stretch are very focused and specific, okay? So listen to your body. If it tells you it's tight, hold that position. If it relaxes, come with me, switch sides. Leaning into that opposite leg, big squeeze, tucking the hips under, nice big stretch to that front of that hip and thigh. Sometimes you feel it, so I'm aiming for these adductor muscles, the inside thigh. Sometimes people feel it through the front of the hip or even wrapping around that hip. That's just different musculature being tight. Nice and tall. You're proud of all your hard work. I'm proud of all your hard work. Beautiful. Coming down to the floor into that hip flexor stretch position. So this is a lunge. Back foot is flexed. You can place a pillow, blanket, mat, or pad under that back knee. And then we're going to squeeze the bum, tucking that hip under. You're going to immediately feel a stretch through the front of that hip, down into that thigh, potentially in the low back. If you need to, you can reach up towards the ceiling or even add a small lean to the side. If we are doing this, we should feel an increase in stretch. We should also notice that the shoulder stays down and back away from those ears. We hold this stretching position till that hip, thigh, or low back calms down. These muscles can get very tight. Listen to them. Go ahead and switch sides or pause here and continue to hold. All right. Now, this is important. You can use that mat or pad on that back knee because it's not about having back knee pain. You can also use something like a couch for support and stretch it. This is very similar, just a small step forward on that leg. All right. This is not about having knee pain and suffering through. This is not a no pain, no gain zone. But you should be enjoying this muscle loosening, not pain, different. But boy, it feels good. Oh, just what my body needed today. We're going to sit down into our child's pose, toes together, knees wide. We're going to reach our hands away, roll the shoulders down and back as we press that chest towards the floor. Nice big deep breath in here. Expand the belly, expand the ribs, exhale. Press that chest towards the floor. If you have any kind of knee pain in this position, we can bring our hands up to a riser and tuck those hips under. Same kind of thing, just not having as severe or deep of a knee bend. All right, one more deep breath in. Fill that belly. Expand those ribs. Feel it nice and deep. Exhale. Press that chest towards the floor. We're going to roll onto our back and kick out our hamstrings. Legs nice and straight. We lie all the way down. We take opposite hand to knee, bending our leg. My hand wraps around the outside back of my thigh, and I'm kicking, like I'm kicking over my opposite shoulder. Nice, relaxed, bend back down, and then big kick up and over. You want to hold for 3 or 4 count, and then relax. The hips should stay nice and flat on the floor. Foot should stay relaxed. And as we kick, we're going to feel a nice big stretch through the outside back of our thigh. The goal here is that we no longer feel a stretching sensation along the outside back of that thigh. We might notice that the front of the thigh starts to burn a little bit. That's okay. Good. And once you no longer feel that stretching sensation, you can go ahead and switch legs. If you notice on any of these stretches that one side feels tighter than the other, please find some time for you, because you're worth it, to stretch those angry muscles. When muscles are tight, like I said, it causes patterns which cause pain and injury. They are trying to tell you something. So go ahead and stretch them out in a proper movement pattern that supports good movement, healthy movement. Now, if you're somebody who has the propensity to have tightness or hamstring soreness, low back pain, or your feet turn out when you walk, or you get hamstring cramps, go ahead and do these hamstring kicks. They are so good for relaxing those hamstrings, which helps our glutes engage more and support proper body alignment and position. I hope you feel empowered, strong, and you're glistening with the joy of exercise. This was a big push. It was a great workout. I hope you feel the same. Please leave any questions, comments, concerns, feedback. I'm always listening. I'm always here to help. And I'm proud of your hard work and effort today. Keep up the great work. Keep working on your health and wellness journey. And I hope that I get to stick with you through the whole way. I'll see you again next time.